Hey, this is Georgie. Welcome to Georgie's Room of Rock. How's everyone doing out there today? Hope I'm having a good weekend, having a good day, whatever going on. The weather is nice with you, all that fun stuff I always like to ask about. All right, today's video, we're going to talk about debut albums from the 70s. So I picked 20 bands and their debuts, and I'm going to rank them from 20 to 1. And these are, I hate saying least favorite because they're all awesome debuts, but I thought this would be a cool idea because there's so many great albums from the 70s, so many great debuts. And it was there's some that, before you guys start get up in arms, there's going to be ones that aren't on here because either I don't own them or they just didn't quite make the list. So, if you don't like some of the ones I put on here, please make your own list, make your own video, or put them in the comments below what you think should be debuts album. These are all just 1970s hard rock albums. So I'm gonna go by. They're not. Like I said, they're in my order, probably least to my favorite, but they're all favorites really. So, and I thought it was a cool idea. So if this one flies well, we'll see, and I'll do one for the 80s, which will be really hard to do debuts from the 80s and pick 20 because I'm gonna limit myself to 20. So that's what I'm doing. So, all right, are you ready? Let's begin with this. Number 20. Is from 1972, Blue Oyster Cult, and their debut album, Blue Oyster Cult. This one is, New York band. They came in with this good album. It's a good debut. I really like it. It's looked at some different kind of song titles on here, but you got the classics like Transmission MC and Cities on Flame with Rock and Roll. Probably my single favorite song from Blue Oyster Cult. So really good one. But they got like songs like I'm on the land, but I ain't no sheep. And what do you call it? Where's this one? She's as beautiful as a foot. So they got some odd song titles in this one, but it's a good debut for a legendary band like Blue Oyster Cult. So there you go, 1972, my number 20. And I also wanted to say when I was doing this, I wanted to have do a list with bands that have more than like 2 or 3 albums. So I didn't pick like a band I really like called the band Dust. They only have 2 albums. I didn't put them on here, else they would have been on here as one of the top ones because I really like the band. But only 2 albums. I really didn't put them on the list for that reason. So anyway, my number 19 is from 1972 also, and it is Dead Forever by Buffalo. They do have like 4 or 5 albums out, so I included them here. Maybe not a well-known band, but really good, heavy, hard rock. My friend Steve got me into this band years ago. He burned a couple discs for me for the first 2 albums, and this one was one of the ones that's great tunes. Check out Leader, Susie Sunshine, Ballad of Irving Fink, Bean Stew was great, and Dead Forever. Great stuff there. I have the remaster copy here. What the book looks. This one looks like there's the band. Really solid, just early 70s hard rock. Good stuff though. So definitely Buffalo. Dead Forever is my number 19. Number 18. Maybe you'll be surprised this isn't higher, but the debut is good. It's just, and it's got one of this band's most famous songs ever on it. And the rest of it got good songs. It's very, very, not like super produced. Not like it's badly produced, but it's not super produced. But I'm going with Aerosmith with their debut album, of course, with Dream On. It says it right there. Their most famous song. Look how young they were then. My God. They sure changed their sound, but they sure looked 70s there, huh? But you got Make It is another great song. One Way Street, Mamakin, which Guns N' Roses covered, of course. Walking the Dog, I'm not sure. I don't think that's their own tune. Nope, it's not. I didn't think so. But Rat also covered that in their EP. But Walking the Dog, great tune. Great. Write a Letter, Moving Out. Good tunes though. Like they're solid. They're not like super fantastic, but still a very solid album by Aerosmith. So Get Your Wings is my number 18 for debuts of the 70s. All right, I got lose track here. Number 18. I'm out of order here. No, 17. Sorry, it is this one. This is from 78. I forgot to write the year down, but Molly Hatchet with their debut, Molly Hatchet, Southern Rock. from Florida, and great album cover from Frank Frazetta. There you see the back cover. There are the guys. Sad part is no one from the band, from the original band, is alive. They're all gone. So there's the Molly Hatchet going on now with no original members, which a lot of bands do that. But it was a great band. And as I drop the disc, of course. But this one, of course, has, Bounty Hunter, Gator Country, and what do you call it? Dreams I'll Never See, which is an Allman Brothers song. But I like the version that Molly Hatchet does better on this one. So, but great. You'd think this is a metal record when you looked at it, but it's not. It's Southern rock, but good Southern rock. So Molly Hatchet's first album is my number 17. Great stuff, though. Excellent. Number 16, and this is a legendary metal band with this odd debut. And I don't have the newer version which they just came out with, but it's Rock-A-Rolla from Judas Priest. This is the, different cover than the Coke bottle one. But I love it. I think it's it's a solid, it's not like the classic Priest or anything like that, but One for the Road. I love the song Rock-A-Rolla. Always did. The Winter Deep Freeze, Winter Retreat Cheater, another cool little epic little tune for them. Never Satisfied is awesome. So the production is weird. Again, they did a remix of it. I know it sounds different. I haven't listened to the whole thing really. Parts of it is good, but I'm happy with this version for now. So, but Rock-A-Rolla by the Mighty Priest, weird way to start, but still good solid album. That is my number 16. And number 15 is from by Judas Priest of 74, and what do you call it? This one from 1971. The first song alone on this really is just such a cool little heavy, dirgy song. And it's Budgie with their side title Budgie. And this one has Crash Course in Brain Surgery, which is their first version. They have a second version on a later album. But this one, the first song on here, Guts, just listen to Guts alone. It's a great heavy tune for the 70s. Absolutely love it. They also have weird song titles. They have like Nude Disintegrating Parachute Woman. Weird. Rape of the Locks. But it's a good, solid, heavy album. The singer, Burt Shelley, rest in peace. And this great singer, bass player. Looks a lot like Eddie Lee here. But, first Budgie album. Great debut. So it had to be on my list here, too. And that is my number 15. Number 14 is the only one on here that I guess you can't really call it. Is it hard rock or just plain rock? It's definitely very grandiose, or whatever you want to call it, epic. Not epic, but I don't know what you call it, but this is a word for it. But it's Meatloaf with Bad to Hell from 78. But there's meat on the back there. Rest in peace to him and to Jim Steinman, who wrote all the lyrics. I mean, is it a heavy rock? It's a hard rock. Because Bad to Hell is a pretty heavy song. And I love You Took Your words right out of my mouth. All Reeled Up and No Place to Go. The ending of that is really pretty fast. It's really good, though. Of course, Paradise by the Dashboard. Like, played at every freaking wedding I've ever been to. So, but a really good song. And it looks like a metal album, too, from the cover. Look at that. I mean, you guys seen the cover. But it's a great debut from Meatloaf. Never topped it, in my opinion. So, great stuff. So, Meatloaf, Bad to Hell. That's on there at number 14. Number 13 is probably, I'm not going to say it is. They're probably the kings of Southern rock. And, again, none of the original members are alive anymore. But it's, of course, pronounced Lynyrd Skynyrd from Lynyrd Skynyrd. There they are. They're looking all young. They're all gone now. So sad. You know, the plane crash in 78 and then just dying off as they got along. But still, they're still going around, still going strong. But the original band here with this album here. Tuesday's Gone. Great, famous song there. Give Me 3 Steps. Simple Man, another very famous song. And, of course, The Mighty Freebird. So, great album by Skynyrd. And the debut was fantastic. So, not my favorite Skynyrd album, but still a great debut from Lynyrd Skynyrd. So, there you go. That is my number 13. Number 12. Good debut from this one. And it's got one of the greatest guitar players ever, and wanted to be one of the best singers ever too. And it is Ritchie Blackmore's Rainbow, with the great late great Roger James Dio, and of course Ritchie Blackmore. So this one is a great album. It's just a really good album. I mean, Man on the Silver Mountain is a great. It's very different from what they play live. Very very toned, little laid back a little more. Love Self Portrait. Love Black Sheep and Family. Catch the Rainbow is an absolutely beautiful song. Absolutely love it. It's really just. Dio sounds absolutely amazing on it. And 16th Century Greensleeves is great. And then the instrumental Still I'm Sad. I really like the instrumental version too. And it's a good album. It's a great album. Ritchie Blackmore's Rainbow. So I had to put down here as a 70s album. That is number 12. Number 11. This is the American debut of it. There's two other ones from Australia that came out beforehand. But I'm going with the American version, which is AC/DC's High Voltage. And AC/DC puts itself on a map with just being a great hard rock band. Never changed really their sound, just did the same thing over and over, but did it classy. So they're, heavy on here for this one. You guys know the songs, but it's a long way to the top. If you want to rock and roll, I love rock and roll singer. The Jack is good. Not one of my favorite songs. It's still good. I love Livewire. I love TNT, one of my favorite songs. And of course, She's Got Balls, and of course High Voltage, love it. So great debut from AC/DC for the States here, and major label from Atco Records. Awesome stuff from 1976. Okay, let me move these a little bit around here so I don't knock anything over. Sometimes I do that. All right, this next one is 1977. A band that really needs more recognition for all their eras, because they really changed their eras the way they went on with the music. This first album with their first singer and their first lineup, and the guitar player and the singer both not here anymore. Sad, but it is Rock City from Riot. Guy Resident died back in the 90s, and Mark Rail died about probably 10 years ago now. But here they are in the back again, looking all young. There's a guy right here. And there's Mark right next to him. Great album, though. Warrior, Rock City, Angel, Tokyo Rose. I love Gypsy Queen. My favorite song, probably one of them from this album, is Gypsy Queen. Great tune. Great album. So Rock City, Riot. Need more attention. More Riot. Don't care how long they're doing Ride 5 now. We're doing justice to the later time material. But the whole catalog of Riot needs to be more talked about. So there you go. That is my number 10. Number 9. Another one that's not a metal album, but it is a hard rock album. And it is probably one of the biggest and most greatest debuts ever in hard rock or rock history. And the song's playing on the radio, and this guy, the guitar player from the band, the singer is no longer here, neither is the drummer, but the singer is amazing. But the guitar player is a perfectionist. And it is the first Boston album. So there you go, guys in the back there. Bradley Delp gone, and Sib, the drummer, right here, he's gone too. Of course, More Than a Feeling always plays on the radio all the time. But More Than a Feeling, Peace of Mind, and Smoke and a Hitch a Ride always on the radio. But I love Foreplay, Long Time, Rock and Roll Band, Something About You. Let Me Take You Home. All the songs are great. It's a great debut. I mean, Tom Schultz did all the stuff basically in his basement. It's basically just him, really, doing the whole album, really. A couple of them on certain tracks, I'm sure. But it's a fantastic debut from Boston. It had to be on the list for the 70s for a debut album. So there you go. Had to put that one on there. All right. Number 8 is from 1970. And I have, again, this is the American version. There's another version in Europe that has a different name. But my version is just Uriah Heep. And it's same thing in the UK. It's very, very, very humble. And with some certain songs swapped. But this has got Gypsy, Walking in the Shadow, Come Away Melinda, great tune. This one has Bird of Prey, because there's the track listing for the American version. It's a little different. And Wake Up, Set Your Sights. Love the album cover. It's very creepy looking, but love the album. Had to be on the 1970s for Uriah Heep. Absolutely love it. A must-have for early 70s hard rock. So I had to put it on here anyway. And it went on there. All right, the next one, number 7. is from 1973. And the producer for the album went on to produce another great band that will be on this list later. But this one is the first one for this one, who was also in the band I'll be mentioning later. Excellent debut. Montrose, debut. Sammy Hagar, the late great Ronnie Montrose here. Starts off for Rock the Nation, fantastic. Bad Motor Scooter, another great one. Space Station number 5. I Don't Want It. Good Rockin' Tonight. Rock Candy. One Thing on My Mind, Make It Last. Every song is freaking a banger. It's a freaking amazing album. Montrose never hit the heights with any of their albums, but still good albums. But this one, top notch. Montrose. Had to put this on here for the 70s debut. Great debut. They do have a lot more albums than you think they have. All right. Number 6. The debut solo album. Even though the last 2 albums from this guy who was in another band, they're basically his thing, because he became the band anyway. But proper solo, first solo album, it's Ted Nugent. And I mentioned it from, I didn't put the year down this one either. This one is from 1975. Yep. And the guys in the back. Great debut from Ted. Whether you like Ted Nugent or not, whether it's politics, this is a great debut. Every song is great. Of course, Stranglehold, played in the radio all the time. Stormtrooper, probably my favorite song on here. Hey Baby with, what do you call it? Derek St. Holmes singing. He's singing into this one too. Just what the doctor ordered. Motor City Madhouse. I love You Make Me Feel Like Right at Home. And Queen of the Forest ends it. Fantastic debut by Ted Nugent. So I had to put it on there in the 70s albums. Just had to put it on there. Absolutely amazing. Great debut. Had to go on there. Okay. We're into the top 5 here. So, not too bad timing. This one is another trio. We lost the drummer 5 years ago. Rush. Debut from Rush. Even though the drummer from Rush, Neil Peart is not on this one. It's John Rutsey, who was also passed away. In 2008, he passed away. But here they are there looking all young. The original trio for the band. But before Neil came in the band, they put out a really good debut. Pretty heavy. It's like basically a mixture of Zeppelin and Sabbath in a way, with some other stuff thrown in. But famous songs, Finding My Way and Working Man. But I love Need to Love What You're Doing. In the Mood is great. It's a great heavy debut for Rush. So great tunes in here. Had to put it on here. So Rush's debut. Should know it. That's my number 5. Number 4. This band here. You might be surprised this isn't number 1, knowing you know me. If you know my channel, you know what I'm talking about. But it's number 4 because the other debuts are just better. But it's a great album, and it's got all the core tunes. Of course, talking about Kiss's debut. Just Kiss. And it's a great debut. It's got, David's production isn't quite there, but the songs are there. And I said this to someone else in one of my videos I was doing with a friend of mine. And Strutter, Nothing to Lose, Firehouse, Cold Gin, Deuce, 100,000 Years in Black Diamond. You've got 7 of the 10 tracks that they still played live up till they stopped playing last year or so. They still played all these songs. That's a testament to this debut, how good it was, and how good the songs were. Paul G, Ace, and Peter, Kiss did a great job with this debut. Peter sounds great in these drums. He sounds amazing on here. Whether you like the production I said or not. The drums sound great. Peter really was a good drummer. Ace wrote some good stuff here. Played some great stuff. It's not a little old with the guitars maybe, but it's a great debut from Kiss. So that had to be on it. That's my number 4. What could beat Kiss? Well, there's 3 albums that beat Kiss for the debut. My number 3 is the reason why, one of the reasons why we have what we listen to today, because it's just had to be on here. And it is the debut from Black Sabbath. Great album cover. Ozzy, of course, Tony Iommi, I can't talk today. Geezer Butler and Bill Ward. It's a great debut. Black Sabbath, the song is an amazing, epic song. The Wizard, Behind the Wall Sleep, NIB, of course, another famous song here. Wicked World, Evil Woman is like on this one, on my version. Great tune though. Love the album, but we have metal because of this album. One of the main reasons is Black Sabbath in this album here. So love the album cover too, as I said. That is my number 3. Number 2, number 1. It's tough to which 2 and number 1, but the reason why I did it this way, because this number 2, the debut from this band, is not my favorite album, but the guitar player, rest in peace to him. When you see it, you'll know what I'm talking about. changed the world of rock forever. And the first Van Halen album. Eddie, rest in peace, lost a giant when he was gone. And you got one of the best frontmen ever, David Lee Roth. Not the best singer, but the great frontman. Or the difference between a good singer and a good frontman. Anyway, of course, you know, The Running with the Devil, Famous Eruption, changed guitars forever. Ain't talking about lose right at the ain't talking about love. I'm the One, Atomic Punk, Feel Your Love Tonight, Little Dreamer, and On Fire. On Fire's a great killer tune at the end of the album. It's the first Van Halen album I had to put on here. Had to. So, there you go. Now, what's my number one for 1970s? Plus, you know, this came out in 78, and Sabbath was 70, if I forgot to mention. This one came out in 73. Another vocalist that's been gone a long time, but no one's ever matched him, ever. And this debut is still my favorite album by him. That's why I beat out the Van Halen one. And it is his first Queen album. Freddie Mercury, rest in peace. No one's matched his vocals, never. He's been considered one of the best vocals ever. He's been gone since 1991. That's a long time. Long time to be gone. And still have an impact on people. So, Queen, his first album. Of course, Keep Yourself Alive. Doing All Right. I love it. Liar, one of the best songs ever. Absolutely best. Modern Times Rock and Roll, sung by Roger Taylor, but great tune there. And Son and Daughter could be almost a doom metal song. It's that heavy. And Seven Seas of Rye, the first version of this one. But Queen, first album, is my number one for 1970s debut album. So, there you go. That is my list of 1970s. I'm going to start working on a 1980s one, which will be a harder one to do because I'm going to have a whole bunch of lists and once I'll miss on that one. But anyway, what do you guys think? Put in your list what you think I should have put in there or what you would want me to put in there. Because once I missed. Once I liked, I almost made the list. Like the first Bad Company, I could have put in. I did put in that one. In the first Triumph album, I could have put in that too. But it didn't because it didn't make the list. But still great albums. Anyway, tell me in the comments what you think of the video if you liked it. And that's it. If you guys like what you see here, please like and subscribe and comment. I always love hearing from all you guys. And we'll see you next time. Keep rocking metal alive.